Yeah, today's job is going to be replacing the power steering pump on this 1973. I'll see if I can get back here in the garage. 1973 Chevy Monte Carlo. Uh, let's see. I think normally you would disconnect the power steering lines from it before you take it out, but I'm going to leave them attached to the pump because I'm replacing them too. They're not terribly expensive from Rock Auto, so I did that. One thing I notice on here is that before I begin, is that if you can see the pulley there's a power steering pump there. If you can see the pulley, it's got this little groove. So I'm going to have to get a special puller for that. I can usually rent those from any parts place like Napa, so I might have to pick that up before I get too involved here. But I think the first thing I'll do is remove the power steering pump and lines. It's a bit crowded in there. Got a big shroud around the radiator. It'd be easier if I remove, but it's one piece, so I'd have to take off the fan first to get that out. So I think I'm going to try leaving that in. Before I begin anything, I'm going to spray some liquid wrench on the nuts down there. Everything else I need to take apart looks pretty good, so I'm going to do that and then come back later and start taking stuff apart. There, time to start wrenching. I guess the first thing I should do is probably for the pump itself. Let's see, this is a 9/16. I need to loosen this in the front and back. And then that should come off. And then I should also take off these lines down here. And let's see, that big one is that's 11/16, I think. 9/16. Nope. All right. There, the power steering belt is off. I've just kind of tucked it under the way on my fan. Hopefully I remember to put it back on before I start the car. Otherwise, that's going to be a bit of a wreck. The air conditioner compressor, which doesn't work anymore, it's held on by, there's 4 9/16 bolts. There's one here. Let's see, one up here, one here. And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's one kind of down at the bottom that it pivots on. And then a similar one in the back. Now they're all 9/16. You can get it with one of these ratchet wrenches, especially if the head pivots like this one. I used to have a whole set of these. I'm not sure where they went, but yeah, if you can get those are awesome. Let's see. The next thing is going to be the power steering pump itself. I've got, let's see, one bolt here, and it looks like there's only one bolt there. I should probably check the Haynes manual. It'll tell me how I should be doing this. Yeah, I'll do that one next. I'll see what size these are. I think they would be a 9/16. I love how everything on this car is usually a 9/16. And no, that is a 9/16. Imagine that. I swear you can take this whole thing apart using just one 9/16 wrench. What I love about these older cars, it's all not metric either. I don't know why. If I have a new Chevy, I need metric wrenches. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a socket on that one because I don't think even this thing can reach it. All right, I'll do that next. Now we got a bit of a problem. I undid this bolt a little too far, and now my wrench is kind of stuck. I can't get the wrench out because this isn't going to come out all the way. So I need to, maybe I can loosen this bolt up a little more. Thankfully that just comes out by hand now. I've got it loosened enough so I can pull this out and then get the pump to come out. I've seen other videos, a guy who did this on a Chevelle, and he this thing had to take off his hoses first before getting the pump out, so I'll have to see how that goes. Oh, there we go. Bingo. Yeah, the pump is out and just sitting down, resting down on the hoses. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't just slide it forward after loosening this bolt. And the reason is that if you look down here, it's got an anchor nut that's kind of on the same flange, flange for the mount for it. And it just goes on either side of this tab that is underneath the water pump. So yeah, don't get your bolt stuck or your wrench stuck like I did. I guess the next step is to get these guys undone. There, I got some bale twine to tie the pump out of the way so it doesn't come crashing down on me as I work on these two nuts. I think I'm going to take off this plastic cover though. There's a plastic cover that makes it kind of difficult to reach these. I think it's held on by 1/2 inch bolt there and one underneath. So maybe I'll do that. And it should be easier to access these. And then we'll see how we are there. All right, here's that that cover piece. It just goes on like that. That's what it looks like. That's interesting. Yeah, underneath it, I guess it's to protect that. It's kind of the rubber. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't think this has been ever looked at in like the last 50 years, and I don't know how many safety inspections, but you'd think they'd want to look at that, because I bet you if that thing, there it is, I bet if that broke, that could probably really ruin your day not having any steering. Okay, anyways, I can get to these nuts a little easier now, so we'll proceed with that. Yeah, the high pressure lines seem to come off all right, but it's this it's the return line that seems to be causing me the most grief. This one seems to be stuck on pretty good. I used to have a set of offset sockets that would be able to reach that and torque it pretty good, but I think they've disappeared over the years and moved, so I'm gonna just have to use one of my longer wrenches and maybe see if I can get in to tap on it with a hammer a bit and see if I can get that to come out. Yeah, that's stuck on pretty good. Yeah, let's see if the poor man impact wrench will do the trick. This usually works. All right, where's my trouble light? There. Okay, that hose is off. I've kind of pulled them out of the way a little bit, so hopefully I can get let's see if I can get this power steering pump. Not sure how to get it out, but I'll try. So let's put that there. Oops, camera's not on it, but I'm just untying this knot here. Oops, guess I should, let's see if I can tilt this up a bit and get it to stay while I wrestle with this thing. Okay, I got a hose in the way. I don't think it can go under that hose. I might have to lift it over and pull everything up. Okay, it's caught on something. There, got the power steering pump out. It ended up coming out just right between my my hose here and the water pump. As you see, I've let's see, there it is. As you can see, I dropped a wrench into my pan of the power steering fluid, because that's always something fun to do, that you just can't fix a car without at least dropping one wrench into the well. So I've got my Power steering pump and hose is here. I'm just going to compare it to the new one. Make sure they look the same. Yeah, they seem pretty close. So now I guess the next step would be to get the pulley off, and I need to wait to get the tool for that. So I might have to wait a bit on this.